Good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike, the Bowtie Writer here. Happy Tuesday. First, to those of you who are just rocking and rolling and killing it with NaNoWriMo, congratulations. Go you. Remember, according to Nano's website, approximately 90% of people do not succeed. So you are one of the elite, and that is awesome. Now, to those of you who've had a little bit more trouble starting, that's okay. It's okay if you're a turtle writer. You still got more words at the end of this month than you had in the beginning. Your story still matters, and you're still telling it, even if it isn't at the breakneck pace that NaNoWriMo requires. Both groups, you've participated, you've done a fabulous job, and you've added more stories to the world, and that is by far the most important thing. So congratulations to all of you. After those congratulations, it is still inevitable that the end of the month is rolling towards us, and the end of November does tend to beg the question of what next. And what next is one of those questions that is infuriatingly simple to state and yet overwhelmingly difficult to answer because of all the heavy stuff behind it. And I wanted to take some time to talk through some of those potential answers as to what should be next for you. The one thing that I would suggest once you get to the end of November is I suggest spending a little bit of time reviewing the month behind you to see how well you actually did. One of the things that I have learned from my day job is that when you're working on really long projects, it is incredibly important at the end of a project to decompress and spend some time looking back at how it actually went. And it's important that you specifically review that process because our instincts and our memories may not necessarily line up with the data. When was a really good time for you to write? Did you actually write really well in the mornings, or were you more of a night owl? Second, look at what helped you succeed. Did you have to listen to a specific music? Did you have to write in a certain location? While we're also looking at what worked for you, it also helps to spend some time looking at what didn't work for you. These are all important things to understand about your process. Part of learning how to write a book is learning how you write a book. After that review, what next kind of depends upon what you actually want to get out of this. And there's nothing wrong with any particular answer there. However, it is extremely important that you match your expectations and your actions with what you actually want from this process. Some people I know are very much in the camp that they dabble with NaNoWriMo, and that's okay. There's this stigma against people who just do it for fun. Some people who paint, for example, just love the feeling and the sensation of putting colors down on canvas, and no one's ever asking them, well, when are you going to sell those paintings and make your living doing that? It's okay to be a person who wants to dabble in this. That doesn't make your story any less genuine, and it doesn't make the fact that you wrote a story any less real. For you, what's next if this is just something that you want to do for funsies? Well, do what's fun. So the prior group, right? The prior group has this stigma of like, why aren't you being pro? Why aren't you going super serious about it? And it's okay to not want to be serious about it. It's okay to just dabble. Similarly, for the second group of people is the people who've been doing NaNoWriMo and you kind of dig it. You like it. This is kind of fun. And you want to keep doing this a bit more. And you want to start going, I kind of want to take this to the next level. I kind of want to up my game a little bit. See, there's this fear. This is a fear that everybody deals with. Even published authors deal with it. It's the imposter syndrome. The idea that, like, I'm not really good at this. Like, I wrote 50,000 words, but it's just a nano book. It's a crappy first draft. It's not any good. I want to do this more, but I'm not a real writer yet. That is bullshit. You wrote a book. You wrote 50,000 words of a book. Even if you only wrote 5,000 words, you put more words out there into the world than was there before. And that is enough to make you a writer. It's okay to think that you want to be published or that you enjoyed this. You want to get your book actually out into the world there someday. No matter what side you fall on, be it dabbler or dreamer, there's not a wrong side. You made words that didn't exist before. You started a story that matters, and that is super special. That's what Nano's all about. It's not about winning or losing. It's about celebrating the fact that you created something. More than anything else, more than any deep philosophical issues, Celebrate and be at peace with what you've accomplished and with what you want to do from here. Alright, so that's all I have for this week. It's Mike the Bowtie Writer. I just kind of wanted to unpack that because there's really two distinct camps, and each camp tends to have their own fears, and those fears get really complicated and messy, and it becomes a big knot, and I just wanted to tell you, it's okay, no matter what side of the fence that you're on. How did NaNoWriMo go for you this year? Let me know in the comments. I'd really love to hear that. I'll be back every Tuesday with more content about writing and the writing life. If you liked what you saw here, feel free to like, share, or subscribe. That really does help me out. As always, sharing is caring. That is the #1 way that my stuff gets in front of new eyes, so I do appreciate it. Thank you all for the support, and as always, remember that your story matters. So that's it. I'm the Bowtie Writer Mike. I will talk to you all next time.